Good morning. It's coming to you on the day after the snow days we've had in January. It's January 24th. It's Friday morning when I'm recording this. Now you may not get it till later, but that's when we're doing the recording. Just wanted to come to you. Hadn't talked to you since before the break to let you know some things that we have going on in the school system and some upcoming events that I want everybody to understand what's going on. I know there's a lot of chatter around about different things, but like I've always done, here it is from the horse's mouth. Before I start, I do want to say I kind of wish this fireplace was real today. It's been a cold several days, and I hope everybody has enjoyed the snow. But I'm kind of glad it's going to pass us on by now. It's time to get back to business as usual. On January 7th, the school board had a call board meeting where a couple of things that we've been working on for several months now kind of came to fruition. The first is the senior exemption resolution. The board was able to pass and to come to agreement to pass a senior exemption resolution that what it does is it takes the $15,000 exemption that we had for individuals 62 or older, and we extended that by more than 3 times to a $50,000. So we take $50,000 off of the value of the housing for our senior market. Anybody 62 or older that either has applied for the homestead or will apply for that senior homestead exemption. So some thought behind that is we want to be mindful of the fact that the property values have risen, and we feel like that giving this kind of a break really helps the individuals that have houses of a value. It'll drop them into a bracket that makes it a little bit easier to pay, and takes a little bit of burden off of them, and then doesn't throw a whole burden on the rest of the community. Now, with us voting this resolution in on the 7th, it's got to go through legislation. It's been sent to our lawyers. It's being sent in now to legislators, and it will eventually be on a ballot. Whether that's in March or November, I'm not sure yet, but it'll be on a ballot for the community to vote on. As soon as we know when that's going to be, what ballot that's going to be on, we'll let everybody know. The second, excuse me, I'm going to drink from my coffee while I'm talking. The second thing that we voted on the 7th was we approved an e-splice resolution that will be on the ballot on March 18th, 2025. Now, there'll be a campaign going forward on e-splice, and it's my responsibility as school system to give facts. And so here's the facts that I'm going to give on this presentation. There'll be more to come from the school system. But e-splice in this county is very valuable because we get a lot of our e-splice dollars in from exit 201 and 205 on the interstate. So people that are coming through and they're buying gas, and the trucks that are buying gas and stopping at these convenience stores that are at the interstate, all that money is coming in to the community. So a passerby, let's say somebody from one of our northern states are coming to Disneyland, and they stop at exit 205 and fill up at one of our wonderful rest stops there, or a truck that's hauling freight stops down at 201 at some of the truck stops. That money is coming from outside the county into us to help fund this 1 cent sales tax. So we want to really take advantage of that. The projects that we have done in the past here, and we'll continue to do on this upcoming e-splice, is any capital project, anything that's over $5,000 that goes to the building, buying of new equipment, buying one-to-one technology for our students, all these Chromebooks that our students have so they can take home now. All of this is an e-splice expense. We buy certain curriculum materials, as well as school buses. We do get funding from the state on school buses, but it's never enough to cover the whole cost. We've done safety and security. We've done HVAC, heating and cooling renovations at the schools. We have built a athletic facility at both the Jackson High and Henderson Middle School site, as well as updating Red Devil Hill, and of course the beautiful new Performing Arts Center that was built with the slash splash that has really been used a lot by our fine arts department as well as others in the business. So we're bringing people into the community to go to concerts and to go to performances at the Fine Arts Performing Arts Center. So it gives the community a chance to take advantage of this. The upcoming splash will, like I say, be just a continuation. It's not a new splash. It will not take place until the other one quits earning. And the reason we're voting it in a little bit early is because we're going to hit our cap from our last splash a little bit early, and we don't want to have a gap in funding. So we're going to go ahead and vote that in. Hopefully go ahead and get on the ballot in March, so hopefully it will get voted in, and so there won't be a gap in the funding. Because we do use that money for a lot of different things. Like I said, there'll be a lot more come out over the next 2 weeks to a month on e-Splash. The school system cannot tell you to vote yes or no. All I can do is give facts and tell you how we're using it. The last thing that I really want to talk about, and this reason for this fireside chat, is the board's decision to go through the process to opt out of House Bill 581. House Bill 581 was introduced last legislative session. It was on the ballot in November. It was approved in November. And our board is really still undecided. Just to be completely, I can't say we're going either way because we are really up in the air on this. I will tell you that we don't disagree with some of the parts of the act. We do not disagree with capping the growth of assessed value. I mean, capping the assessed values. We don't believe that just because somebody buys a piece of property beside yours should go up. None of that. The board does not believe in any of that. There are two major concerns, well, three, but one of them's a kind of a devil in a detail type thing. But two major concerns that the board has as far as approving this is that we fear that there's no sunset on this. So it won't affect me as a superintendent. It won't affect probably this board, but as we move forward and the amount of assessed value narrows, the board has a limited ability to fund school. So as we move forward in 5-6 years, and that cap's put in place, the school board can't, and the cost of running a school continues to rise just like everybody else. Our funding mechanism decreases, and so what that does is we'll have to raise the millage rate, and we've been trying to make a conscious effort to keep our millage rate as low as possible. But just know that's one of our major concerns, is that there's no sunset on this. It's a matter of fact, I would venture to say if this law had a sunset in it that said if your millage rate starts to increase, or over 10 years if you see a huge decrease, I think we'd be 100% for it. But it doesn't. The law does not do that. The second thing is there is a 1 cent flexible local option sales tax that county and municipalities get to offset this that the school system doesn't. And that's a little bit of a misnomer. Matter of fact, when this was originally talked about, we thought that we may get it, and then all of a sudden we read the details and find out that we don't. And so we don't have a way to offset this money we're losing other than raising taxes. The last thing, and I told you this is a little bit about the details, is we're still finding out new nuances to this bill almost weekly. The fact that it affects our local 5 mil share, and this not to do a school funding mechanism, but the way that the quality-based education, or QBE funding, which is an out-of-date system for funding school that was created in the 80s, but it's what we're still using. They take what they figure we earn, and then they take a local 5 mil share or local fair share from the county to make it a state-county partnership. Well, that 5 mil share is based on overall taxation, and then as we are capping it, overall valuation, excuse me, and we're capping it, then we're having to pay more than that 5 mil. So it could get up to where our 5 mil share is actually costing us 6 or 7 mils. And so that's once again more of a burden that's going on our taxpayers. But see, that's just a little detail that has a great cost to the school system down the road. The board just doesn't feel like that as this way this bill is written, that it will, they feel like they're kind of binding future boards to something that they won't ever get out of. And I know that there's talk, well, maybe this will come out, maybe it won't. But as the bill is written right now, the board, those items, we don't feel like it's in the best interest of public education. We are having to advertise this thing as we intend on opting out. That's what the law says. We are advertising our meetings by what the law says. We do not, right now, I wish we could say, it is our intent to go through the process to get public information on whether or not we'll opt out. But that's not how, we can't do that. We have to advertise it, intend to opt out. So we've done it, we've advertised just like they've asked us to. We've got 3 meetings scheduled. Our first meeting for public input is January 28th, and it'll be at 6 p.m. Our second meeting is February the 4th, and it will be at 8 a.m. And then our final meeting will be, February the 4th at 6 p.m. in the evening. That'll conclude our 3 meetings. And then at our next board meeting, which is scheduled on the 10th, I think, 10th or 11th, I'll have to look. The next Tuesday, we will decide whether we're going to go opt in or opt out. That's kind of our plan. And all these meetings are held at the Ernest Battle Building in the boardroom. Like I said, I know there's a lot of chatter around town about what's going on and everything, and I always want it to come from, I want you to hear it from me. The board is not dead set on opting out. That's not what we're saying. We're advertising how they told us we had to advertise, and we will take public input on House Bill 581. That's what the meetings are for, and so look forward to seeing anybody there that wants to be there, and I appreciate you spending some time with me today, and please stay warm and drive careful on these roads. Thank you.